Yup, that's me. And yup, that's a half a gallon of ice cream on my vein cane. And it all started when I curved this Jawn because I thought she wasn't cute enough to talk to. When I realized what a jerk I was, even then I thought maybe she was trying to get revenge.
Are you that insecure?
Was I right?
No, dumbass.
Or did I fumble my snatched soulmate? Trash to Peace Theater, the girl with the ice cream tattoo.
Picture it.
Early 2000s, Usher made a banger for men who got ghosted. Tweet dropped the most underrated album of the decade, and Justin Timberlake hit the high falsetto in Cry Me a River. Except that wasn't him, it was Marsha Ambrosius, and I'll never look at him the same again. Philly was popping, and every weekend me and the squad was out sowing wild oats like we were all King Jaffe Joffer's sons.
Let them wait.
This one particular Friday night, Junie and Steamy and I were driving up Broad Street and pulled up on a car full of Jawns. I was flirting hard with the driver of the other car. Steamy and June started talking to two other Jawns in the car, and none of us was flirting with the fourth girl in the car who was wild. So we get him to pull over. I'm about to get out the car to be a gentleman. And by gentleman, I mean, I was gonna get out the car so Jawn could see I was tall. As I was about to get out, the ass Jawn got out and walked over to my window and handed me a phone number on the back of a double mint wrapper. I was so irked. Ass interference, defense. Jawn, no one was trying to get at. 15-yard penalty, repeat first down. The driver just shrugged, and Rika Alexander gave me the sucks to sucks face before walking back to the car. I pulled off defeated by cock-blocking Connie's antics. Somewhere between Spring Garden and Girard, I tossed the phone number out the window and continued on doing hood rat shit with my homies. Fast forward some time. I'm with Bruce hanging at Lou and Choose, which is a North Philly bar that's hood, but it's like faux bougie hood. It's like a step up from the Stinger. Lou and Choose is where Jawns went to try to meet dudes who used to sell drugs but then got jobs for SEPTA fixing the buses and shit. So we in Lou and Choose looking like meals to hungry Jawns, and I noticed Gloria Stefan across the room, and she noticed me pretending not to notice her. As the night went on, Bruce started dancing with Hindering Helen's homie. Some boy asked impeding Amani to dance, and she was putting it on, boy. That made her go from to meh real fast. So Bruce was at the bar with her homie who was bad, and stonewalling Stephanie was hovering. I was in the cut trying to pretend like I ain't see any of it, but he walked over and asked me to be a wingman. When I hesitated, he reminded me of all the times he had to entertain booger wolves while I was laying my game down quite flat to the not booger wolf. I started talking to barricading Becky, and after a while, Bruce and the cute Jawn decided they were leaving together. Bruce asked me to take obstructing Ophelia home. I didn't want to deny my homie random Lou and Choose draw, so I took the Jawn home. So on the ride home, she admits that when she first slipped me her number, she knew I wanted to talk to her homie. She said Driver Jawn wanted to talk to me too, but she was tired of Driver Jawn always bagging the men she wanted. I guess I respected her shooting her shot, even though I wish she shot that shit at a different basket. So we driving and actually getting along, laughing, singing and whatnot. And then she started rubbing my leg, and then her head disappeared in my lap, which was hella weird because I had no idea where she lived, so she had to get real creative giving me directions. We pulled up outside her spot, and by that time, I was harder than Superman's kneecaps. She opened her door, and as I was about to cut the car off, she stopped me and said, "Where you think you going? If you want to finish, maybe you should try to find my friend." Then she smooth walked off, and I ain't even argue. Deadass just stood there like,
Oh shit, pussycat.
Fast forward a couple months. It's Greek picnic weekend, and by this time, it wasn't as lit as it used to be in the 90s, but it still popped. The Greek was mad interesting. During the day, fraternities and sororities held dope events including step shows and community service gatherings. But at night, there was droves and droves of people who never pledged a damn thing other than Jawn Phi Jawn. That was us. We always posted up down South Street. Back then, I had a thing for PG County, Maryland Jawns, and I could spot them from a mile away. A Philly accent and some baby powder oil was their kryptonite. I was waiting for some Hyattsville hottie or some buoy baddie to walk by, but instead, Stoppy Top Tisha and her homies walked past. She whispered to her homies and they laughed. She walked by and I was like, "You got me good." Payback's a bitch though.
Revenge is a dish best served nude.
It got late and we ended up posted on Germantown and Erie outside the Clock Bar. Head halting Haley walked over and was like, "Can you take me home?"
Oh, hell no.
She grinned and said, "No, seriously, you have unfinished business." And what I look like? But then she started saying she had some ice cream at home that needed to be all over me. Ice cream? What kind of freak do you think I... So my basic ass is back at her spot, and honestly, I was sitting there waiting for her to tell me to go find driver Jawn again. But she actually went to the kitchen and came back with some ice cream. Now, I was thinking she was gonna come back with some vanilla bean, or chocolate, strawberry, Neapolitan at the very least. Jawn came back with fucking butter pecan ice cream. I'm like, it's about to be nuts on my nuts. Am I about that life?
Yes, I am.
So lactose Linda started spreading that shit all over me. And in my head, I was bitching because that shit was cold. But I mean, we all gotta die. And if head and hypothermia was how I was meant to go out. Rest in peace to that Briars. She used the entire carton. And once she finished that off on me, she finished me off too. I was laying on her living room floor, sticky as hell, wondering if my lactose intolerant ass could get gas from osmosis. And that's when it dawned on me. She was really about to try to turn me out. She already gave me the Twirly Deluxe Dessert Delight. Fuck that. Trying to have me on a new carton of Ben & Jerry's, Snatch Soul Sundae, and then give me the Vendetta Vagina? Nah. So as she was in the kitchen opening cabinets, locating where she needed to clean up that puddle of mixed liquids, I jumped up, put my pants back on, and... As I got to the car, my phone started blowing up. It wasn't Pasteurized Patty though, cause she ain't had my number. Payback's a bitch.
Taste my sweet revenge.
It was the homies. They was at one of our normal weekend post-hoeing meeting spots, the McDonald's on Brew and Hunting Park. It was on my way home, so I stopped by. When I told them what happened, of course the jokes were nonstop. Butter pecan? Damn dairy dick. I still saw homogenized Holly out and about. Every once in a while she asked for a ride home and I'd be like, nah, fuck that. I just knew she had some wild shit planned. Hella years later, I saw her at Arita's with who I'm assuming was her man. He had a water ice, she had ice cream.
Bless his horny soul.
That lucky soulless bastard. It did not suck to suck, or suck to be sucked in this case. But I ain't want no more of them problems. My paranoid ass just knew she had a plan for me. No, thanks. Thank you for watching Trash the Piece Theater. I hope you got a few laughs from this Jawn. And if so, please help me out by hitting that subscribe button and dropping a like. It helps way more than you know. If you want to support the channel further, you can join the Patreon, become a member of the channel and receive bonus episodes, leave a super thanks, or just drop $1 or $10 in the Cash App. I'm grateful for any and all of the above.